Hey everybody, and welcome to my N5 series on the Roland P-6, where I try and cover a topic in about 5 minutes. There's going to be a little bit of background detail here that might be boring for a few folks, but DiBiase asked me if there's a way to record the audio from the P6 into the OPXY over USB-C. This is a nice thing to do if you want to like get like a sound that's dirty from here, but then like not let it kind of get any dirtier and like not pick up any more line noise. So totally a like really good thing to do if you are worried about kind of how much line noise you're bringing in and introducing, or you just want like that as clean a signal as you can get. So you might ask, what's the problem here? I've got it connected from USB-C here to here, and the main problem is it's very easy to create a feedback loop. The problem here with this is that the P6 has two inputs and two outputs, and by default, the way it's configured, you can't turn on or enable or disable monitoring. So from the P6's standpoint, as soon as it gets audio, it just passes it happily along from USB-C back to the outputs and back to the device that you had. So this is a quick way to get a feedback loop. I will show you what it sounds like. I'll try and not create too much of a feedback loop, but just so you kind of are aware, you want to be a little bit careful here, and you need to kind of understand the mechanics of, usually if you're recording to two devices that both have inputs and outputs and you've got them kind of linked together in general, then you need one to have monitoring off and one to have on. So the one that you're recording into, you want monitoring on. The one that you are kind of recording from, you want the monitoring off. Otherwise, they're just going to sit there and keep sending looped audio. Maybe you like the tone or want to mess around with it. There are certainly some interesting artifacts I've gotten doing this, but it is not something you traditionally want. So the important thing to know on the OPXY is that it has multiple inputs, and you have USB-C, you've got the line in, you've got the microphone. So you can switch between which inputs you want to get audio from, not a problem. And by default, the P6 is going to use the level knob here to adjust what the output level is. So, if you're really worried about a feedback loop, turn the volume all the way down on both of these. Just nice practice to do. Now, if I come in here and we've got a sample, let me switch over to something that's empty just so I don't wipe out anything. So I've just gone into the sample button. I've got a sampler loaded on here for track 8. It is empty. Now, it might be a little bit hard to see, but this is the USB-C icon. So it is going to take audio that's coming in, and I've still got the audio turned all the way down here. So I'm not going to create a feedback loop, but you can see I'm tapping. We're not getting any audio. As I turn this up, we're getting this noise. And the reason why this is like staying all the way up is I've got a feedback loop. So I'm going to turn this down for a second. I'm going to turn this back. I'm going to turn this up, and let's just see what sounds like a good level. All right, we're good. So I'm going to turn this is all the way down right now, and we haven't gotten into any of the settings yet. So I'm going to go back to track 8. I'm just going to post this up, and it's just a piano sound. There is because of this feedback, there is a very tiny amount of like almost like a coloration or tone to it. Can make it sound a little metallic. But we're not hitting the feedback yet. Like, it's not self-sustaining. I'm going pretty slow. And if I turn this down, I'm going to turn this way down. So kind of force it. You might be able to hear it. It's starting to get like metallic. You can hear it starting to clip. It's not liking it. There you go. That is the sound of nearly sustained feedback. If I go turn this volume knob up much higher, it's going to feedback and create like a noise. So I'm going to turn it way down. I'll give you a sense so you can hear it. So if you hear that hum, that is absolutely piercing and can hurt your ears, can damage equipment. So, I mean, I got it super low. So unless you go like crank the volume up on this video, you're not going to like kill yourself on it. But again, like, I just want to let you know, like, this is just what's going on. Is it's playing the piano sound, sending it over to the OPXY, it's seeing it and happily playing it through the output here, but it is also mirroring that output out over USB-C. So it's just creating this cyclic loop. So how do we deal with stopping this from happening? Well, the main thing is if you're on the OPXY or on the OP-1 field, you just wouldn't have it set to the USB-C input. That would be how you disable it from here. You just turn it to something else, not a problem. On the P6, what we have is a bus architecture that I think a lot of people have been asking, like, why is this here? And I'm just glad it's there. It took me forever to read through the manual and understand how to go make any of the setting changes because it's pretty hard to search through the manual. I don't know if they have like some weird lettering problems or what, but I figured it out. So the quick thing to know, Shift and Menu is going to get you into all of the settings for the P6. You want to scroll over to, we're almost there. It's going to say USB-B, which is your USB bus. So input, it would be your input here. USB-B is the USB on the back. So this is just your bus. You hit enter and you're going to see like bus A, bus B. By default, I think it comes with effect. Just from playing around with this, I've set it to bus A. Now, so you want to put it to bus A, and effectively what happens is you can send any sample pads you want. I think you can send the microphone inputs and things, and you can route them to either bus A, bus B, or effect. Those are the three targets that you have. So send it to bus A. I mean, you can do it to bus B if you want as well, but send it there. And by default, it's still going to be full level. But what we can do now is if we are in this exit out of the menu, hold shift and go to A here for mixer. Go to the mixer. And the last trick you need to know is you hold shift and you see where it says A. As long as it says A, or you hold shift and you do start, you can do B, but do pitch. For pitch is A, and pitch is bus A, with shift pitch is bus A, shift start is bus B. So you can leave bus B at whatever you want it to be, but the important thing is get bus A to 0. We don't want any audio that's coming in from USB-C, so it's coming from the OPXY into the back here. We're going to route it to bus A, and we're just cutting that off at 0. And with that set to 0, we can now record a sample normally and not have to worry about having feedback because we're now killing that audio that's coming in from USB-C. I know I'm repeating myself a lot, but I'm just trying to make sure it's as super clear as possible what's going on here. So with this change, I can now take this and make this full volume. And while you can hear it, it's clipping, but it's not really clipping here. It's just probably clipping on my mixer over here. But I can turn this down to just the right level that I want to be able to record this into the OPXY now, and we're not getting that feedback loop. So I'm going to repeat this one more time just because for people watching that are trying to figure out what's going on. We have the USB-C to USB-C between the P6 and the XY. We have the XY set to USB for the input. I know it's a little tiny, but just trust me, it's set to USB-C to stop the feedback loop that we would normally get from the OPXY sending its master output effectively over to the P6. What we do is shift and menu. You want to scroll over to USB-B to set your bus. You want to set the bus A, set it to bus A and exit out. Once you've got that set to A, you need to then go shift and A into your mixer. And you're going to want to go hold down, then shift, and then rotate pitch to adjust the level for bus A. If you want to bring the feedback back, which you totally may want to do, the reason why is you might want to send audio to record from the OPXY. To do that, we need to effectively turn that bus back up, but you're going to want to switch this out from having the USB-C as the input. You don't want that anymore. So if I want to record over here, then again, shift pitch, we'll go set bus A to, I don't know, just go maximum. Actually, maybe not maximum. We'll do like 174. We're going to exit out. Now, this is going to be sending audio over here, and we can then record that. So let's say I want to record this kick. Super easy. Just trying to see if like any of these are empty. I think 5 is empty. Okay, so I'm going to sample. I'll just hit pad 1. We'll turn sampling on. I have now recorded this kick from here over to here, but we didn't hear the what the P6 did with it. But once it's through, to get this to then play back, it's a little bit of a pain, I know, but we just need to go back into the mixer because we've already done the routing. Hold shift, put bus A back to, bus A back to 0. We can exit out, and now we can tap this, and obviously it's not playing anything because we haven't turned on. But we didn't hear. Oop, it just recorded me talking. Awesome. So we've got that and clicking and everything else. So anyway, I know that was a whole thing to explain, but I hope this helps you guys out. I will try and put like just a quick thing in the description to explain all the mechanics going on here. And yeah, I hope it helps everybody out. Thanks for the question, DiBiase, and everybody else. Thanks for stopping by. Keep making music, keep having fun. Remember, if it sounds good, it is good. And peace.